Welcome to Shri Magical Story. Welcome to a quiet morning in a South Indian village. The air smells like wet earth and jasmine, and the day begins just as it has for generations, right outside these simple terracotta and mud homes. High above the palm trees rises the colorful Gopuram, the temple tower. It stands as a daily reminder of the divine, quietly watching over the community. In a small courtyard, Gomathi sweeps the packed dirt floor in slow, rhythmic strokes. Everything is perfectly calm, perfectly balanced, until a tiny green dinosaur stumbles out of the nearby forest. He is completely lost, visibly shaking, and letting out a high-pitched cry. Now, in many stories, a sudden magical creature might cause a panic, but the people here don't see a terrifying beast. They see exactly what is in front of them, a vulnerable, frightened baby who has lost his way. But 7-year-old Muthu sees an opportunity. He grabs a thick coir rope, determined to be the brave hero who captures the intruder. Charging into the courtyard, Muthu shouts at the top of his lungs, throwing the rope wildly in an attempt to snare the creature. The loud noise terrifies the little dinosaur. He shrieks and scrambles backward, knocking over a stack of clay pots that shatter across the dirt. The baby darts behind the thick mud wall of the neighbor's house, curling into a tight, trembling ball out of reach. Muthu wanted to help. He wanted to protect his village. But approaching an unknown situation with aggression and volume only pushed the solution further away. His force created fear, not safety. From the porch, his grandmother, Pati Kamala, watches the scene unfold. She doesn't yell. Instead, she holds out a small brass bowl of food and motions for the frustrated boy to sit beside her. Across the courtyard, Gomathi moves quietly. Without a single word, she places a shallow bowl of fresh water near the wall where the baby hides, keeping a respectful distance. Pati forms a soft ball of curd rice in her palm and places it gently into Muthu's hand. As he eats, she begins to weave a story, passing down a lesson layer by layer, exactly as her grandmother did for her. She asks him to close his eyes. "Imagine," she whispers, "that you are wandering in a strange forest, far from home. How would you feel if a giant came running at you with a heavy rope, shouting your name?" Muthu looks down at his hands. He realizes that dealing with the unknown isn't about overpowering it. It comes from pausing, recognizing another creature's fear, and choosing empathy instead of force. Muthu stands up, leaving the rope on the porch. He takes a breath, turns toward the mud house, and takes a slow, careful step forward. He begins humming a soft traditional lullaby. Moving smoothly, he extends his hand, offering a fresh bunch of sweetgrass. The baby dinosaur stops crying. He cautiously sniffs the sweet grass, creeps out from the shadows, and gently nuzzles his head against Muthu's palm. Suddenly, the earth vibrates with a deep rumble. Behind the village lotus pond, Kurumbu, a massive mother dinosaur, steps quietly into the light. By choosing patience over force, Muthu calmed a frightened child and signaled to the watching mother that the village was a sanctuary. Kurumbu lowers her enormous head, letting out a soft puff of air, and lightly nudges Muthu's shoulder in silent thanks. Reunited, the massive mother and her tiny baby turn around. Side by side, they walk back toward the lush tree line, disappearing into the foliage. Muthu watches them disappear into the trees before walking back to the porch. He returns Pati's gaze with a small, steady smile, leaving the coir rope lying forgotten in the dirt. A warm, golden sunset settles over the terracotta roofs. The courtyard is swept. The village is peaceful once more. Courage is the quiet discipline of empathy, the strength required to slow down,